It's me, it's PimFim. One of the first videos I ever made for the PimFim project was about Kingdom Death. Was about this big box game that I was doing research on to organize things. And I talked in that video about how I bought all these things to help me organize that game. I don't think I ever actually made a follow-up video to show the things. This wooden kind of suitcase thing that's been a feature of a few videos now, just sitting there, holds a ton of cards. I hadn't planned to do this, but I'm going to because it's easy enough. I'm just gonna open it up and show. It's hard to see, but there are a ton of cards in here for this game, Kingdom Death. I bought this again to organize that giant. I'd filled an Amazon box full of cards. This thing is completely filled with just a bunch of cards that are for this game. And I have another box. It's just right here, but it's hard for me to move this camera. That is all the other components to the game. And all of that is not including the miniatures as well. All of that is not including the smaller cards that fit into this binder right here. I have put a whole bunch of work into organizing those cards, but as you can kind of see just from the size of these things, the game, actually playing the game, takes up a lot of space, which is something I do not currently have. Now, when I previously made the video, it was March, and I had just received all of the expansions to this game, Kingdom Death, which I had already had for a few months, maybe 4 or 5, and I received the game just before the summer, no, during the summer that I moved to Olympia, and so it's kind of moving in still, and I was playing the game for a while, just on the floor. I now have a bookcase here, but I didn't at the time, and I was just playing the game on the floor, taking up a lot of space. Lauren's work used to be over here, which you've seen in previous videos, but it's been a while. Her work used to be over there, and this used to just be a couch, so I kind of had this space of the room that I could take up. It wasn't the most polite thing in the world for me to have done, but I did it. At this point, I'm really just waiting for us to move and for us to have room for a game table. I really want a game table for a lot of reasons. I want a space that I can use to play games that isn't our kitchen table, but it would also allow me to keep Kingdom Death, this giant game, set up all the time. All of this is me talking to explain that the Kingdom Death is back on Kickstarter. I originally found this game through Kickstarter, and that's actually how it got made. That Kickstarter was a little bit crazy because the creator knew he wanted to give backers a significant discount. And so he said during the campaign, hey, this is going to be the eventual price, and this is the price that you're going to pay, and look what a great discount it is. The thing was that he was most of the way through making the game, but he wasn't 100%. And as he kept playtesting and making the game better, he kept adding content. Eventually, basically, he added so much extra stuff that the actual retail value of these items was, in many cases, double what he had posted as the expected retail value. And so I ended up paying, I mean, for some things, I paid $25 for a model, for an expansion to the game called the Dragon King that now sells for, I think, $120. That's the most extreme example, but that's a thing that happened. I bought all of the expansions. I paid, I think, almost $600 for all of them. but they're these beautiful models, and that's really why I paid for them, hoping that the game would be great, and the game is great. The game is honestly my ideal game. Um, and and now that the Kickstarter has come out, despite the fact that I have barely touched the game, I am very excited. I'm fortunate that the Kickstarter is really just trying to update the rules to the game and trying to produce a second batch. It's a very expensive game to make. It retails at $400 because of all the models included and because of the huge amount of just paper that has to be made for the cards. And that's not paper that you can use to like print a book or something. That's card paper, which is expensive. It's all the individual pieces of art for the cards, etc., etc. It's expensive, and so he, rather than just like take out a loan and tell the factory in China to make more copies and hope that they sell, he made a Kickstarter. It is currently the 8th most popular Kickstarter of all time, proving that he could have made that investment and he would have been fine. But I'm really excited. One of the things I'm most excited about is that one of the biggest problems of the first Kickstarter was these female pinups that were just sexualized versions of the models that were already in the game. And I didn't like them, but it didn't stop me from backing it. This time around, there are male pinups in addition to the female pinups, and I'm so excited about it because when I have no problems with sexualization, I have problems with sexualization that is purely male gaze. And now there's both. Future me, not everything's going to have come from the Kickstarter in a year. Although, this is a long-term project. How did the Kickstarter go? And have you received anything? And how happy are you? More importantly, have you played the game in a year? Do you maybe have space to play the game? Or have you just found a way around it?